Computer. Right on, we are recording. Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Magic Moments Movement Zoom. I'll just mute everyone. Mute all. Right. Yeah, as I said, welcome to tonight's Zoom. Really appreciate you taking the time out of your evening to, quite honestly, invest in yourself by learning about what we have here. This is a weekly event we do, and it's amazing to have this technology to reach people around different places and make it easier for people to jump in and learn about what we're up to. And it's one of the events of the week that I get really excited about. It's really cool that we get to connect with people that may be looking for something different, something better, and might not even know what that is or what that option or possibility is, and we get to share with them what we do. So it is very easy to get caught up, I guess, in the treadmill or the trap of life, getting up, going to work, sometimes hating your day, feeling completely exhausted, a lot of the times not feeling any sense of purpose or fulfillment in what we're doing, and actually believing that this is normal, and that there's nothing you can really do about it but other than go to bed, get up and do it all again, simply because other people are doing it, and there's that sort of safety in numbers. So it's possible to end up in that place or space where you feel like you're selling out. You're selling out on your soul, your dreams, your family, your time, and what you possibly sort of see in your future as. So tonight we're going to be going to inspire you with an option, a plan B, and it's going to be something that could bring some more time and freedom and choices back into your life. We're going to be talking to you and hearing some people share with you their story, and this may or may not be for you, and that's okay, but I do encourage you to sit back and just absorb the information that you're going to hear, and while you're listening in, just have a think. What if you could have more time for yourself? What if you could create friendships, with people that you haven't met before, or further friendships with people that by locking arms and working together on a like-minded mission? What if you could be doing that with people that are fueling your flame and quite frankly, not pissing on it? What if you could earn a little bit of extra money and bring that into the household? What difference would that make? So I just encourage you to sort of think back or sit back and listen and think to yourself, what if things could be different? What if they could be better? What would your life look like then? So tonight we're going to hear about our very simple but very amazing product, Juice Plus, which is based on nature. You're going to hear about the company behind Juice Plus, and you're going to hear about a business that's quite literally bringing choice back into people's lives and allowing people to dream again. I feel pretty excited and humbled to be alongside the people that will be sharing with you tonight. And I guess before bringing them up, I'll share with you quickly a little bit about the company, the Juice Plus company itself. Firstly, we've been around for 47 years, so it's quite a long time. We're a long-standing company. It's a huge organisation. We get Juice Plus out to over 22 countries around the world. We call ourselves the company with the heart. We're very proud of that. We have a mission that is quite simply inspiring healthier living around the world. So I love working with a company like that. It really aligns with my values. So I'm grateful for that. The founder of the company, Jay Martin, is today still the man behind the mission. So you don't often hear about that. Generally companies are sold off or broken apart or taken over. And globally, we've done over $10 billion worth of sales on our very, very simple and I guess if you like, narrow product focus. So on that note, I want to turn it over to Matt. I'm going to spotlight you, mate. And Matt's just a good friend of mine. He's one of my partners on this mission. We have a lot of good laughs together. He's a frothing father and just an all-round good guy, and obviously a man passionate about Juice Plus itself. So, Matt, let me spotlight you, mate, and take it away.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, guys. Thanks for letting me share the products today. I love these products. They're amazing on how they've helped so many people. For me, I've been using the products for over 4 years. I was on a bit of a journey to improve my mum and dad's nutrition. Well, actually, no, it's just more of their fruit and veg intake. You know, they ate reasonably well, but I knew that they did eat fruit, but they only ate a couple of different varieties. And when it came to their veggies, that sort of stuff, they overcooked them. You know, they boiled them too long, and that was the way they just learnt, and that's the way that they knew how it rolled. So I went on this path. So I went down the path, of getting the smoothie book and getting the blender and really trying to change their way and show them, there's a different way to eat your fruit and veggies. And it did start off okay, and it went down pretty well. They got into it and it was great. But then it was costing them a bit too much money. So they turned around and said, look, it just costs me too much money and we can't really afford it. And I went, okay, fine, there's much I could say to that. And then Juice Plus came along and I looked into it, and the variety of the fruits and vegetables and the price, to me, I went, wow, this is pretty amazing. This could be something that could really work for my parents. So I got it on myself, just to see, what it was about and what was going on. And for myself, I noticed that, I had more energy and I was sleeping better, and my recovery from my training sessions was fantastic. And I went, you know what, this is gold. This is going to be perfect for my parents. And so I shared it with them. They jumped on board. You know what, we'll give it a go. And they've been on it ever since. So Mum's had a great recovery through her breast cancer and her hip replacement. So they're up and about. Mum's got great mobility. And so that was really fantastic for me to see and makes a big smile on my face. So that's great. Okay, so with the products, I'm just going to keep it simple because they are very simple. They are fruit and veggies in a capsule. And we have our 3 blends here. These are fruit and veggies. And what I love about these is the label is a fruit and veg label. It's a food label, sorry, I should say. It's got, carrot, cabbage, kale, broccoli, beet, tomato. What it says on the back is what it is. There's no big words or it's something you can't really understand or can't read. It's just all simple. And that's what is amazing about these products. It's absolutely fantastic. And also what we have is a Omega blend. Again, these all come in a vegan capsule. This is all good fats. This goes straight to the source. We get our, again, all plant-based. We bypass the fish and we go straight to the plant-based. And this is where you can get some awesome fats and omegas. So it's fantastic. And also what we have for our kids is some soft chews. And in here we have 17 different types of fruit and vegetables. So with these, you know that your kids are getting, you could sit down at that dinner table, have the arguments about eat this, eat that, or they don't like them. With these, they're going to get them, they're going to chew them, and you're covered. You obviously will still go down the path of making them try and eat it and do those battles, but you know that you're covered. You don't really have to stress out because you already have this covered. So any child between 4 and 18, any adult on this the kid gets this for free for up to 4 years. So it's a great way to really optimize and really impact your family's health and really just boost it. So that's our fruit and veg. And also what we have is our complete. Again, this is all plant-based. These are great for a snack or pre or post workout. These are lactose-free, glucose-free. And they just got all the goodness your body needs after a good workout, or you got a quick brekkie on the go. They're all there, ready to go. So look, this is just, as I said, they're very simple. These are simple and clean, and these are our products. Thanks, Paulie.
Thanks, Matt. That was awesome, mate. I'll just get you off spotlight. It was great, mate. What I loved about what you were sharing at the start is I love how you cared on your mum. I totally get that. I get to do that with my mum too. So it's a really cool feeling to know that you've got people that you love and care about covered in terms of their nutrition and their health. And I totally get what you were talking about. With your recovery and your energy. That was along with better sleep. That was the significant thing I noticed for myself. And maybe that's a PT thing. I don't know. Maybe that was something that I've experienced and I'm really grateful for. And just hearing again you share, quite simply what Juice Plus is. I feel totally grateful that I've got that not only going into me but into my family every day. So thanks, mate. Good share. So what I want to do now is I want to shift gears. I'm getting really excited because we've got Nat Baldock on the call, and I want to get as much of her as we can. So just before we do that, we're going to shift gears. As I said, we're going to just sort of share our business opportunity. And what I love about our business is just like our product, it's simple. The company does all the hard work and allows me and anybody to do what we love doing, and that's basically helping people. The company has created Juice Plus. They grow it, they juice it, they dehydrate it, and they get it into a capsule. They actually invest money having it independently scrutinised by independent research institutions just to prove its efficacy. They stock all the product for me and lots of other people that are working with the company. They do all the stocking and shipping directly to our customers. They handle payments from all of my customers. They pay me and my team directly into our chosen bank accounts on the 10th of every month. So you can at 10th of every month a check just goes in. It's brilliant. They have an amazing business coaching system, which, to be quite honest with you, when you spend time with our company, you realise that it's more or less a personal development program disguised as a business. And they have a tried and proven business system. So, if it sort of comes down to, I hear this all the time, if it's not working, it's not the product, it's not the business, it's not the system, it's you. So it's really cool to have something that's tried and proven, that if you harness it and embrace it, it can work for you. And we have our head office in Newcastle, who give us plenty of support. And for just $165, you get all that plus your own back-end office and a website that you can work from. So what we get to do is what we love doing. And for me, that's building relationships, meeting people, connecting with people, reconnecting with old acquaintances or friends. And it really is crazy to be getting paid simply to be caring about people and being interested in how their health or lifestyle is going, and just sharing with them our option. If it's for them, that's their business to make the decision, and if it's not, that's okay. I also love how we get paid, and there's money on the table. It's there. We get paid in 3 different ways. We get paid obviously in retail sales profit. So the minute I share Juice Plus with somebody and they're like, yeah, look, I want to use that, the company will pay me a retail sales profit on that. And because we have an 83% or 83 to 85% retention rate, you've got customers reordering. So I'm still getting paid on customers that I've had for the last 8-9 years, which is really quite cool, because with my PT clients, I've got to show up every day to get paid. We get paid in commission. So, we have the opportunity, if we like, to go out there and network and build a team of people that want to lock arms with us and join us on our mission of inspiring healthier living around the world. And in doing that, we support them and invest in them to build their business. And the company pays us out of their profit pool bonuses on how we're able to help our team perform, which is another cool thing. And we get paid in bonuses. They have a great incentive, fast track to get moving through your business. So I don't want to go into too much detail around the business, but it is awesome. And if you want to learn more about that, just get back at the person that invited you on tonight's Zoom or is sharing this recording with you. But now I'm really keen to get on to introducing Natalie Baldock. She's going to be sharing with us, I guess, if you like, her business story. And I do have some questions that I would love to ask her to help us, hear that story. But Natalie is just an awesome, frothing mother. She's a 100 Club NMD with the Juice Plus company. She's a food coach. She's an author and speaker. She's the owner of Uluwatu Magic, and she's the woman behind the Naked Word. So if you want to learn more about her, just Google her and look her up. She's just an amazing woman. To me, I'm wowed by her bio, but to me, she's Baldies. She's just a generous, amazing, inspiring person who empowers other people to their potential, to own themselves. And she's my friend and mentor, and simply just an awesome all-round girl. So, Baldies, I'm going to spotlight you. Hopefully we've got you there. How are you?
Good.
Yeah. Thanks for jumping on. Now you've disappeared. An image has come up in place of you, but we can hear you. I've got some questions, mate, I want to ask you. Is that okay? I think we've lost you. Well, just give me a second. We'll find her again. Maybe I'll just take it to gallery. Natalie, are you there still? All right. We're going to find her, guys. Don't worry. Nat, if you're there, if you don't mind just speaking a little, we'll try and find you. So I can see you in the, I know you dropped right off. We'll just have to give it a second, guys, and hopefully she can dial back in. I'll just give her a quick buzz. We are not going to let one, here we go. She's back again. There you are. I'll unmute you again. And I'll spotlight you.
Wrong one.
Wrong person. There we go. There we go. We're back. Are we good? Hello.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yep, we got you. I was getting nervous, not because I look like a fool, because it doesn't matter to me. It's because I didn't want to miss out on you tonight, because I know you're busy and I know you've got a big schedule and you're out helping a lot of people. So I want to ask you some questions, if that's all right, to help you share your story with us. Is that cool?
Great. Let's
go
for it.
All right. Yeah. So these are the questions I want to ask you. One, what was your life like before the Juice Plus company and joining the mission to inspire healthier living around the world? And what didn't you like about your life? What about this business model did you see? What clicked for you that made you think, wow, this is an awesome business model? You know, it's something, a model you want to work in. What's life like for you now? And how do you see your future moving forward? They're my questions. So I'm sitting back with a pen and paper.
Okay, so let me just try and remember. Okay, so before I start speaking, for those of you who are on the call tonight, congratulations. You know, I'm a businesswoman. I've always had my own business since I was 23 years old. I had my first business at 11, thanks to my amazing dad. And, you know, although it was a little hobby and a sideline thing, you know, it was good training for the future. But from the age of 23 right now till 43, I've owned my own business and I haven't really worked for anybody else. So congratulations for finding this, because it is a fantastic, all-encompassing model that really allows you to live out, you know, your true potential. But, you know, for me, life before was pretty good. I had a brand new baby and I was good with life, and I was always planning to go back to my corporate career. I've got a career in marketing, branding, advertising, sponsorship and events. And so I had my own business and I was approaching those companies and doing amazing things in the event space here in Perth. But, you know, one thing that happened when I had a baby is I realised that event management was full-time, all the time, with no time, and it wasn't conducive to having a baby. So when I looked at the business model, it kind of was just this thing I could do on the side. It was a little bit of a hobby that I could just bring in a little bit of extra income, but I didn't do it for the money. And even 3-4 years down the track, I still could hear myself saying, I'd do this if I wasn't going to be paid, because this is the greatest vehicle to actually create transformation within humans. And make friends. That's my little boy. He just said, and make friends. And, you know, I just moved down from Broome to Perth, and I had a very small circle of friends. And this business allowed me to create my own friendship circle, which was really fantastic. And one of the things I love doing more than anything else is making new friends. If you know anything about me, I'm very social. So that was good. But the thing is, before, life was okay, but my health wasn't okay. I was tired, emotional, very anxious, and I had a few health complications. And for me, I just thought that was life. I thought that was my lot in life, and I thought that's who I was. I've always thought that it was a part of me. It wasn't until I was convinced by my partner at the time to take the product. He said, "I reckon you should try this." And I took it, that I realised that my health problems were not a part of me. That it was the first time in my life that I created some separation between the two, and I started to realise that, you know, my nutrition wasn't the best. And so, even though I was a personal trainer, I was a practicing, you know, food program writer. I wrote programs for athletes. You know, I was running programs on portion control and high protein based models, and I really didn't understand nutrition at all. And so when I started to take Juice Plus and started craving more fruits and vegetables and started to become really fully nutritionally served as a human being, then I understood what clarity meant, what focus meant, what recovery meant. Recovery was a huge thing for me, because every time I trained, I would have a day and a half of muscle soreness to maybe up to 3 days, depending on what area of my body I was training. And then, you know, after taking Juice Plus, I could train in the morning, and the very next morning I was, you know, pain-free. And that was huge. It was such a big shift for me, because I realized that I wasn't healing because I wasn't nutritionally fit. You see, as an athlete, we did a lot of carb loading. So anyway, after I realized this product was great for me, and I started sharing it with people that I cared about, and I saw transformations happen for them, that's when I started to look at the business model. But I wasn't completely convinced. Network marketing 9 years ago was a really, really hard game. And I was struggling with the fact that I was going to go from corporate Australia and having my own business to moving into a network marketing style business. I didn't believe in the model. I'd only ever seen damage with the model. And we all know that some companies out there have a very hardcore model with network marketing. And I think that can be very damaging for the companies with heart. Juice Plus is a very soft and gentle company that promotes healing from within. It coaches, it educates, it loves on people, it cares for its customers, it cares for its distributors. And it's a really family orientated business where kids can come along. You know, you can have a breakdown in the middle of an event and everyone will just rush to your side and look after you. It truly is a family. And I needed to be a part of something like that, but didn't understand it was that until I started. So anyway, I begrudgingly started the business because I had been referring the product, and I was so product focused to so many people that I started to see that a lot of people were healing. So what I did is I taught myself to love this business. I recreated a model for myself that made me feel proud of what we were doing in the space. See, when I started in Perth, there was only 8 distributors in Perth that were active. Now we have 3,500 distributors in Perth that are active, and 2,500 of those are under me, which is really fantastic that I said yes to this. And I have 28 incredible teams, and these people are some of the best friends that I've ever had. So what does life look like now? It's funny because I went through the real driver within the business, and we grew very rapidly, and I loved that flow. But, you know, when I was working hard, I also had to remind myself continuously that I was in the health industry. So I decided to look at this model called the 4-year career. And I worked hard for 4 years. And then what I did is I started to work part-time in this business and maintain a really good, solid income. And I recreated my life by learning about money and restructured things to a point where now I have multiple businesses, multiple streams of income, and Juice Plus has been a catalyst for so much change within my life. But it's more than that, it's even more than that. Not only do we get friends and income, and we get health, and we get, you know, a lot of internal learning, what I found more than anything else is that I'm really at peace with who I am as a person. I really love what we've been able to create, and I really love the fact that so many lives have changed because I said yes. So many lives changed because Bronwyn, my upline, said yes, and so many lives changed because Tamara, Bronwyn's upline, said yes. So we were all very proud of what we've done. Maybe that comes with age. I am 43, but I also think that this model has really built my confidence. It's built my confidence in such a way, I don't need that done. It's built my confidence in such a way that a lot of the things that a lot of the ways that I, created a business model have been really debunked within this business. I used to think you had to work hard to make money, but you actually have to work smart, and you actually have to have a great mindset. You need to learn the simple basic steps of this business and follow them to a T and have a rhythm and a routine. And when you do that, the money trails in just like every other business that has a long-standing history. So, I always thought that these people were just lucky. They've hit the jackpot. They worked hard and something just popped. Well, I've done that model. I did that model for 11 years and I burnt myself out. This model is small increments of wealth that grow incrementally every single month. And the longer you are in the game, the more income you accrue. So to give you an example, your first paycheck could be $200. Your second paycheck could be $500, then $750, then $1,100. And that's in 4 months. All of a sudden, your paycheck is $1,100 a month, which means that's around $13,000 a year. Now, people go, oh, that's not much money after 4 months. Well, $13,000 in 4 months in a business that you are starting from scratch is incredible, because most traditional businesses take 3 years to make any money. So within 3 years in our business, within our team, we were on $12,000 a month. So this was over $144,000 in 3 years, and it was done part-time. I did this alongside of raising a baby with a husband that worked away in a mine site, and I only had part-time hours to do that. So I could go out one night a week and work a few hours each and every day, and mostly in stolen moments because I had my little boy at home with me. So the thing is, a lot of people will take on a network marketing model to do it part-time, to grow some sideline funds so they can just contribute to the family. And then all of a sudden, when that income grows and grows and grows, and it starts to overtake the full-time income, that's when choices are made. So there's some really awesome people in our business doing some very cool stuff. So people like Noreen McDonald, she was a full-time naturopath. Her husband was working on the mines, 6 weeks away, 6 weeks home. They desperately missed each other. They were definitely getting ahead financially, but this business allowed her the income growth to go part-time at her job, to bring her husband home full-time, and to move with their house bus to the Marlborough Sounds where they bought a property, and to Airbnb out their property in town in Nelson in New Zealand. And then you've got the Golles, Anthony and Kate Golle have gone off the grid, completely off the grid and out of the system, basically living in this amazing, beautiful location on the beach with their family and just working online business a couple of hours a day and then surfing the rest of the day. You've got John Pilato, who spends 2 hours every single morning just working his little business, and then every afternoon either alternating between golf and surfing. And the thing is, then you've got people like myself, and there's a few others of us in the business that have started up little charities where we get to give back to particular different types of groups of women. I particularly have a charity called Uluwatu Magic, where I look after 13 women in Uluwatu in Bali and their surrounding families. And what we do is we create great little projects for them to teach them about business, to increase their their wealth or their income. And so we are now building a hospital in Uluwatu because there isn't one there, and the nearest hospital is an hour and a half away. So, you know, we've been able to do really great stuff, and what the business does is it teaches you about money, teaches you about self, teaches you about relationships, about family. It teaches you about business. It teaches you about abundance, meditation, personal development. And that's what I love about it the most, because it's not just a product that we're selling. It's a nutritional gap that we're sharing. And because of that nutritional gap that we're filling, we're creating healthier people, which makes more creative people, which actually allows us all to, you know, do some really cool things. So what does life look like now? Life is a little busy at the moment because I'm in Bali 1 week out of every 2. So we're backwards and forwards working with the women in the village in Uluwatu. And the alternate week, I've just taken a great contract with Green Goodness Co, which is Australia's largest online wellness platform. And we are doing some business development with all their clients. So now I'm working with 27,000 wellness businesses in Australia, teaching them how to grow their businesses through social media. And this has been a really, really exciting new journey for me. And of course, I have my Juice Plus business, which I absolutely love and will work in until the day I die. So it gives us a lot of choice. You know, you work hard for a little bit and then you only have to work part-time to maintain a really fantastic income. And then you get choices around other things that you want to do. And of course, I'm a mum and I've got a beautiful little boy and I do everything from home and I'm always with him. Never ever not picked him up, never ever not dropped him off when it's my rotation. So it's a good life. Definitely a good life to look at something like the Juice Plus model.
Holy hell. That was crazy. I was writing notes down just to recap what you shared, and halfway through I just wasn't writing anymore because I was just listening. I'm thinking, I'm so glad this isn't record because I can go over this. But I did get down, and what stood out to me was this is a vehicle for personal transformation. And I think the second half of what you shared completely sums that up. The making friends thing, I can obviously, how many thousand did you talk? 3,000 in Perth and two something.
2,500.
Yeah.
Out of our collective team.
Unbelievable. That's like, it's so unbelievable. They're big numbers. It's so amazing. It was funny. I like the other one was, it's funny how we can think and believe that what we currently have in life is all we're going to have. And I can see, you know, your story completely just shared how you thought that way, and then by opening your mind, things have just gotten bigger and when I say out of control, like, I don't know if you call it out of control, but it's big what you're doing. I love how you talk about nutrition, opening up your mind and your thoughts. I love how you talk about it, JP, loving on people, and it's family friendly. You know, you really made a difference in Perth with those numbers. What stood out to me, and as you shared your story, was, and I can see why you said that, this is Juice Plus was a catalyst for change for you. You're sharing the story about the Goalies, that first lady whose name I didn't get, the naturopath, was it? And John Paulato. I mean, that's amazing what you've been able to help these people do. Like, it's huge. The ripple effect is outstanding. I think when you then started talking about your charity stuff and what you're doing in a week in Bali and a week at home, and the impact that you're having, that's where I think the pen sort of fell out of my hand and my jaw sort of dropped, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just listening to this, I'm going to try and take notes. Mate, that was a dead set awesome story. There's stuff there that I've known, that probably the former of what you were sharing, the latter I haven't known about. Kudos to you. You're an amazing person, amazing woman, and what you do is obviously amazing because you're making other people feel amazing. On behalf of everyone here, I want to thank you so much for giving up your time, not having an accident, and getting to this Zoom call. I appreciate that. I'm so glad that you got off the phone and got home and got safe. Have you got a minute? Do you mind if I just open up to see if anyone has a question? Is that okay for you?
Yeah, I'm glad.
All right, I'm gonna unmute all. Guys, you're all unmuted. I know that over the years I've been in this position where I've listened to people like Natalie and the line gets unmuted and we get to ask questions and I just sit there in silence, afraid to ask a question. But if you have a question, just shout out right now, because this is your opportunity to talk and hear from the gold here. Matt, Cheryl, Kay, Claire, Jacques, anyone got a question about what you've heard? From what you've heard, what might have popped into your head?
Yeah, I was interested in your the business you were talking. Was it Green something company?
Oh, the Green Goodness Co. Yeah, the Green Goodness Co. has opened up in Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane 6 weeks ago. They've opened up their social media channels, and if you go onto their Facebook site, so Green Goodness Co. Sydney, Green Goodness Co. Brisbane, Green Goodness Co. Melbourne, wherever you are based, you can go onto them, and they are advertising events in the wellness space all the time.
Great.
So,
awesome.
Make all these amazing wellness friends. And I can tell you right now, wellness is one of the hardest things in the world to make money from, except for this business. And we have an advantage right now because, to have a cafe, we know is very difficult. We know that 1 out of 3 traditional businesses don't make it to 3 years. The other 1 out of 3 businesses in the wellness space completely fails before the first year, and we know that every other 1 out of 3 businesses in the wellness space that goes over 3 years doesn't even last 7 years.
Right.
So the thing is, the Juice Plus model, people stay for a long time, and this is an incredible business because what we know about network marketers is that over 80% of women between the age of 28 and 45 years old who earn over $150,000 a year are in network marketing in Australia to date.
That's a good statistic there.
It's an amazing statistic. So, what I love about this is that, we've got 23-year-olds who are national marketing directors who are living in Bali full time, earning $12,000 to $15,000 a month at 23 years old. And they didn't do anything different to what I did or anything different to what Paul's doing. All they did was just talk to more people than others and quicker. And so, it is amazing. So the Green Goodness Co. is really just something completely different, but it's a network of people in the wellness space, and you can tap into all the wellness events and meet like-minded people that are maybe needing extra residual income who are wanting to talk, about, this is it's just an event space really where you can go and meet other like-minded people, which is great.
I've got another question for you. I know I asked you 4 questions up front. I'm going to go off a number 5 question. What would you say to somebody who's either looking at this business for the first time, regardless of what their reservations may be? What's something you would share with them in brief, very shortly, about why this would be a good idea, or to somebody who's just started and why it's a good idea? I mean, what stood out to me, what you just said then, was talking to people, and the ones that are succeeding are just talking to more people more often. So what would you share with someone that's either looking at this business, intrigued in some way, or just about to start out, or has just started out?
I think this business just teaches you to be yourself, right? So a lot of people think they have to sell Juice Plus. Well, if you were in my team and you were my frontline distributor and I caught you selling to anyone, I would fire you. Now, that's not something that I take lightly. Now, when I say this, what I mean is that I care so much about my frontline distributors and I care so much about my team that I don't want them to get rejected. So I always say, don't sell because you're telling. Don't tell anyone what to do. What I love about this business model is it teaches you to be a great friend. It teaches you to care about people. And the only way you can care about people is to ask amazing questions of people, allow them the space to open up. And then hopefully you have got enough confidence within yourself to be able to share your story around what's working for you, and they may or may not feel it's a great fit for them. And so what you do is you do that with everybody that you know, if you care about people. So it's teaching you to care. So the types of people that are in this business are people with work ethic and care about people. And they also are contribution focused human beings. So they want to be something in this lifetime by giving something to people in this lifetime. So for me, one of my greatest fears is that I won't leave a legacy for my family. That's my greatest fear. My greatest fear is not dying. My greatest fear is that I'll be known for. And I know that sounds crazy to some people. I don't want to look back at 80 years old and go, I wish I'd tried that, or I wish I'd done that, or I wish I'd hit all those big markers off my back. So I think the thing that I would say to anybody, if you've got a big heart and you love people and you love making friends, or you need amazing people in your life, then I would look at this. I would also remember that this is not a sales business. This is a way to care about people by sharing something that we believe can bridge the gap between what they're not eating and what they should be eating. And then you take them on a journey. You check on them, say, hey, you're taking your juice plus every day. You are great. And after a week or 2 weeks, they'll start to notice changes. And in those changes, then you are congratulating them on shifting their health. They might crave more water. They might have more energy. They might be more regular. Their skin might be clearing up. They might feel less depressed, less anxious, less tired. And with that, that's health. Health is not getting rid of their condition. That takes time. Health is the bigger things: skin, energy, metabolism, toilet habits. And when you go on a journey with them, they can't help but share that with other people. And you have done your job by creating the ripple effect around the world. And you get to be responsible for changing the way we eat and live in Australia. And one of the things that I would like to be known for in my lifetime is to make sure that we keep our children safe, better choices for food, and better lifestyle principles. I want to make sure that they have mindfulness taught in schools. They teach money and relationships in schools. I want to make sure they eat well in schools and learn about food and nutrition in schools. That's why I chose this model, because it's a way that I get to speak to multiple people. Now, we might have 2,500 distributors in our team, but we have 15,000 customers in 13 countries around the world, and we're making an impact. And that's the only business model. Juice Plus is the only business model that I have ever found that allows me to reach a lot of people and do my part on the planet.
Wow. 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 I kind of feel a bit smart asking such a good question now, mate. That was solid. Like, that was so solid. I can see someone walking around in the background there. I even heard a dog. It sounds like someone's screaming out, "Mum, I just want to have time with you now," and I totally get that. I know you're a few hours behind us. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to say thank you so much. Every little piece of thing you said there wasn't. You even make the word "and" or "the" sound really enlightening. So thanks for sharing everything you did, and I'm so stoked. I've got it on recording. I'll be posting it up on my team page, and we've had some NMDs come on and share their stories, and I've promised them, and as I'm going to promise you, I'm going to come and find you down and hunt you down at conference. I know that everybody's going to want a piece of you, but I'm just going to sneak my way in, have a cuddle, say thank you, and then move on out, let everyone else have a piece here. So thanks heaps, mate. I really appreciate you giving your time up for us tonight.
No worries. Okay.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks,
Good
Nat.
night. Thank you very much. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Natalie.
See you, Machan.
See you. Bye.